Every country in the world knows that they differ from the rest of the world with how their country runs, from industrially having resources, technology, and other resources such as food, water, and natural environments. In the United States, many are aware that we have states that are more populated than others, therefore needing more resources in order to be able to keep up with the demand for food and supplies. Yet in other countries, such as developing countries and poor nations, they cannot have the same resources as first world countries. In reality, we know that we need to help others with being able to feed the masses sustainability by sticking with agriculture ways that are installed to present day. We would have to show the poor countries how this would benefit them rather than switching to organic farming, since it takes longer to produce organic food. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, National Organic Standards Board, they define organic to be an ecological production management system that promotes and enhances biodiversity, biological cycles, and soil biological activity. It is based on minimal use of off-farm inputs and on management practices that restore, maintain, and enhance ecological harmony. This means that organic farming uses less chemicals than normal farming. Today we will be hosting two mayors, Ms. Green from California and Mr. Brown from Illinois. Ms. Green will be arguing that organic farming will be able to feed masses quicker and more efficiently, since organic produce is better for people's health. Also, she believes that organic farming is easier to maintain for anyone who is trying to survive out of their own farming skills. Meanwhile, Mr. Brown will be stating how he believes his state produces their vegetables more efficiently by not having to worry about having to use less chemicals on products. This results in farmers being able to produce at a faster rate and contribute more food to the public than organic farming.
Hello, my name is Miss Green, also known to the people of California as their mayor. As mayor of California, it is my duty to ensure the safety and health of the people. However, due to certain practices used by conventional farming, there have been many problems regarding the health and safety of the citizens. According to the Center of Disease Control, CDC for short, bacteria was found in many of the animals we consume, more specifically animal products used in popular fast food chains such as McDonald's, In-N-Out, and Chick-fil-A. In the foods they serve, the CDC has found they contain an antibiotic that creates an antibiotic-resistant infection in humans. This is a serious problem since it can lead to serious illnesses or even death in extreme cases. If this is the case, why do conventional farmers do this? Well, simply put, we use the antibiotics in their livestock to help produce food at a cheaper cost, despite the fact that it puts the consumers at risk.
Well, Miss Green, as Mayor of Illinois, I too am concerned with the health and safety of the people. Because of my concern, I too have looked into what you have stated about antibiotics in livestock, and I agree, there is a fault in that system and it could cause further health risks, but with the advancement of technology and medicine, we have proven throughout the years that medicine is much more effective than what they were years ago. Not only that, but even without antibiotics, people will continue to develop stronger antibiotics and existing pathogens will continue to evolve as well in order to survive. Even if the bacteria does cause problems, it is highly unlikely it will be detrimentally serious or deadly.
I understand your point. Yes, over the years medicine has improved, but what small chance of it affecting our health can be avoided entirely? With organic farming, we can still eradicate hunger all around the world and not just in our country. In countries like India and Africa, studies have shown that in the yields between organically grown farms compared to nearby conventionally managed ones show little difference. In fact, in the study done in the Maikal district in India, yields for crops like wheat, chili, cotton, and soy were up to 20% higher than yields found on conventional farms in the surrounding area. In developing countries, organic farmers with less resource endowments produce more than conventional growers. Organic farmers have learned to use the land that they have been given to their advantage, using techniques passed down from generations to keep up the production of their crops. Even with lower yields of 18 to 19%, we would still be capable of feeding the world. As of now, the world produces more food than needed, and switching over to organic farming, the rate at which food is wasted will go down immensely while still being able to feed the entire population. According to Catherine Badgley, only 43% of the cereal grains grown worldwide become food for people, 35% becomes livestock feed, and 10% goes to biofuels, high fructose corn syrup, and other processed products. 1/3 of food produced for human consumption, meanwhile, is wasted. Not only would organic farming decrease food waste, but by switching over, carbon will be removed from the atmosphere and replaced back into the earth, which encourages crop growth.
Yes, it would be nice to switch to organic farming in order to help fight climate change. However, it would not allow us to feed the masses. If we were to simply view this in an environmentalist way, then sure, organic farming could change a lot. Organic farming enhances the way livestock is treated prior to their consumption and how it promotes better and safer working conditions for the laborers, which is completely fair and valid to ask for, but let's think about time. Due to organic farming taking a longer time, the productivity advantages diminish. It is unrealistic to think that the masses can be fed with such a lengthy process that also produces 20% fewer crops than conventional farming. The countries you have mentioned, like India and Africa, the studies have shown that the yields between organically grown farms compared to nearby conventionally managed ones show little difference and could even have 20% higher yields. But that is only with certain crops such as cotton and soy. The world would not survive solely on cotton and soy, but if we stuck with conventional farming, we would have all crops growing 20% more than they are with organic farming. Yes, there will still be excess, but if we bring our practices to other countries, then we can help the many that are unable to feed themselves. We also have to take into account that even though organic farming is more eco-friendly, it isn't the most affordable route. In order to be able to afford to switch to organic farming, we would have to increase the prices of our food to help cancel out the higher costs it might take to produce all sustainable food. It is basically a win-win situation if we stick to conventional farming. We are able to feed the masses because it takes less time, produces more food, and it takes less money to grow crops this way.
I agree. The slight upcharge for organic might be difficult for some, but that is a compromise you must take to produce healthy food, help the soil, and biodiversity. It's a sacrifice our country should be willing to take for a healthier lifestyle. Not only that, but to help other countries have lower mortality rates and live long, healthy lives. By switching to organic, we will have a better atmosphere, less waste, and better treatment of the land, animals, and laborers. All this would compensate for the slight increase in price of groceries, production, and organic research needed to pull it off. With a slight increase in price, as well as this, will help local organic farmers make enough to sustain themselves and help sustain our country. And using the money we give conventional farmers, we could use those funds to help those who need public assistance.